Lesson 3. Buzz, the Bumblebee. In the garden, there lived a family of bumblebees. The smallest bee was very smart, with bright yellow stripes on her glossy black back. Her brothers and sisters called her Buzz, because she made a terrible buzzing sound with her wings when she was in a temper. Buzz was a brave little bee flying around the garden all on her own. One day, while flying past the trees in the garden and down the road, she smelled a sweet scent floating past her. She followed the fragrance till she realized she was flying over a big lake. Looking down, Buzz saw some lovely lotus flowers. Buzz realized that the sweet perfume was coming from the lotus flowers. She made a nosedive and landed at top speed with a heavy thump on a lotus flower. The delicate lotus flower trembled and shivered. Closing her petals, quickly she said,
"How dare you thump and bump on my petals? You rude little bee! You want to drink some of my sweet-smelling honey, don't you? Well, I won't give you any. Some kind friends will have to teach you how to make a lotus give its honey to a bee."
Hearing the lotus, Buzz flew off in a huff. She saw a beetle at the foot of a tree. She went near the beetle and said, "Tell me, Mr. Beetle, what should I do to make the lotus give some honey to me?" The beetle was a grumpy fellow and said,
"Be off with you and your silly questions."
Buzz flew into a temper and buzzed away. She saw a spider spinning a web across the branches of a tree. Going up to the web, she said, "Mrs. Spider, could you tell me what the lotus wants from me?" Mrs. Spider said, "Perhaps the lotus wants a fly?" Off went little Buzz to the lotus flower and asked if she would like a fly in exchange for some honey.
"Have you ever heard of a lotus who eats flies?"
said the angry lotus.
"Flowers don't eat insects, you silly bee,"
was a forty reply. Buzz flew up into the sky disappointed. She saw the friendly face of a fluffy cloud. "Hello, pretty cloud. Do you know what the lotus wants from me before I can drink some honey?"
"Maybe the lotus flower would like some raindrops,"
said the helpful cloud. Rushing back to the lotus, Buzz shouted in an excited voice,
"I know, you want raindrops from the cloud." "Little bee,"
said the lotus,
"I get all the water I need from the lake."
Very sad and hungry, Buzz flew away from the lotus. Beside the lake were some lovely trees, and through their leaves, Buzz could see ribbons of sunlight. Flying to a sunbeam, Buzz asked,
"Golden sunbeam, can you tell me the secret charm that will make the lotus share her honey with me? Maybe your lotus wants some warm sunshine,"
said the sunbeam. Buzz was very pleased and went smiling all the way to the lotus. "I know what you want, lotus. You need a sunbeam to keep you warm."
"I don't need warmth from you, little bee. The sun is my friend, and every morning when it rises in the east, I open my petals to its light."
Buzz flew away tired, hungry and hot. An owl sitting on a tree spotted her and said,
"Little bee, you look too unhappy. What is the matter?"
Buzz told the old wise owl everything. "Please, please, wise owl, tell me the way to make the lotus give its honey to me," she said at the end. The owl whispered something in Buzz's ear. "Thank you very much," said Buzz. "I'll never forget your kindness." Without wasting a moment, Buzz flew towards the lake to find the lotus. Buzz flew down and landed on the petals as slowly as possible. She walked so lightly that the petals did not even move. The Buzz gave the lotus a gentle kiss. "Sweet Lotus, could I please share some of your delicious honey?" asked Buzz. The lotus smiled and opened her petals so that Buzz could get to the center where the honey was stored. "I see you have learned the greatest secret of all. Everyone likes a little kindness. A little politeness goes a long way, my friend. Please don't ever be rude to anyone."